السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه ومن تبع هداه إلى يوم الدين. So we'll continue inshallah tafseer surat Al-Ghashiya. So before Maghrib we spoke about the first ayahs. So from ayah 2 to ayah number 7, it talks about the non-believers. Now from ayah 8 to number 16, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala here talking about the believers. And one of the beautiful things about this surah that we'll find what they call it بالعربي تقابل. So there is you'll find for every picture or every situation in the first part of the surah, there is another picture in the second part of the surah. So if we'll do it like this at the beginning, so we'll find وجوه يومئذ خاشعة وجوه يومئذ ناعمة عاملة ناصبة لسعيها راضية. Then في جنة عالية تسقى من عين آنية. There. Then here what? For the believers.
لا تسمعوا فيها لاغية.
لا تسمع فيها عين جارية. Then ليس لهم طعم ضريع. There is nothing equal to this. Then about the whole thing, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give more added to that. فيها سرر مرفوعة وأكواب موضوعة وزرابي مبثوثة ونمارق مصفوفة. So you will find what, as I said, we call it بالعربي تقابل, تناظر. So what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala explained about the non-believers in the first part. So now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala showing the believers that look at what the non-believers have. Now the believers that have بإذن the opposite. Not only the opposite and more. ولدينا مزيد. So وجوه يومئذ ناعمة. Other faces that day will be joyful. So instead of خاشعة, humiliated, what we'll have here? Joyful. نعم. If you remember in Surah Abasa, can you remember the end of Surah Abasa? وجوه يومئذ عليها غبرة ترهقها قترة أولئك هم الكفرة الفجرة. This is for whom? The non-believers. But what about the believers? So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in these surahs, He'll give us the idea that the believers, their faces are joyful. They are enjoying this. And even mention this in Surah Al-Qiyamah. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وجوه يومئذ ناظرة إلى ربها ناظرة وجوه يومئذ باسرة تظن أن يفعل بها فاقرة. So there is this what we call it tanazur, that you'll have description of the non-believers' faces and the description of the believers' faces. And in all of these, you'll find the believers, they have more description about what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala prepared for them. وجوه يومئذ ناعمة. So joyful, because when they say the na'im that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala prepared in Jannah, of course they will be masroor, they will be happy. You remember in Surah Al-Inshiqaq, فأما من أوتي كتابه بيمينه فسوف يحاسب حسابا يسيرا وينقلب إلى أهله مسرورا. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make all of us among them. Allahumma ameen. So هذا السرور, this joyful, will be expressed now in the faces. وجوه يومئذ ناعمة لسعيها راضية. السعي, your actions. So everything you do, this is sa'i. As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَلَيْسَ الْإِنسَانِ إِلَّا مَا سَعَى وَأَنَّ سَعْيَهُ سَوْفَ يُرَى. So, what you do in this life, you'll be rewarded for it. Good, good, bad, bad. So, sa'i. So, sa'i, working in this dunya, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will reward you for that. لِسَعِيهَا رَاضِيًا. So, for the results of their rewards will be what? Happy. Will be pleased. As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in Surah Al-Bayyinah, رَضِيَ اللَّهُ عَنْهُمْ وَرَضُوا عَنْهُ. So glad with their endeavor for their good deeds which they did in this world, along with the true faith of Islamic monotheism. So they are happy with the situation they are there. لِسَعِيهَا رَاضِيًا. Remember, brothers and sisters, about the non-believers, عَامِلَةٌ نَاصِبَةٌ. So all their work, fruitless, nothing. And to be sure that your sa'i, your work is accepted, it must have two conditions. Very important. The first condition, al-ikhlas. The first condition is al-ikhlas, to be sincere. وَمَا أُمِرُوا إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُوا اللَّهَ مُخْلِصِينَ لَهُ الدِّينَ. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ordered them not but worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with full sincerity. So you have to be sincere. This is the first condition of accepting the deen. The second, أن يكون موافقا للسنة. It must be according to the sunnah of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. As the Fudayl ibn Iyad said, يجب أن يكون العمل خالصا وصوابا. خالص, إخلاص, صواب, right. So how the work will be right? If it is according to the sunnah. Because there is many people, they are sincere. Really, they are doing this from their hearts. But unfortunately, it's not according to the sunnah. This will not benefit them. And there are people doing actions. It's according to sunnah, but there is no sincerity. Again, it will not be accepted. So the two conditions. So to be sure that you will be among those who are happy لِسَعِيهَا رَاضِيًا, all the time you have to check your niyyah. Am I doing this to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala or to please people? Am I aiming from this Jannah or aiming status in this dunya? So you have to check your niyyah all the time. And one of the beautiful words from Imam Shafi'i rahmahullah, he said, in the salah, check your niyyah. Before the salah, when you start the salah, during the salah. To be sure that your niyyah is right. Because you might enter the salah with a good niyyah. But you see people around, you say, oh, I'd like to beautify it. So they will say, mashallah. When you come, your niyyah is right. But during the salah, your niyyah corrupted now. So you have to be sure that all the time you check your niyyah. Check your niyyah, why you are praying, why you are making zakah, why you are fasting, why you are speaking. Am I speaking that the people will say, mashallah? It's very good, mashallah. Am I reciting that the people say, mashallah, what a beautiful recitation? Or are you doing this for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? خالصا وصوابا. Ikhlas. This is very, very delicate matter that we have to think about it all the time and to check our niyyah all the time. لسعيها راضية where في جنة عالية, in a lofty paradise. Now, here we find the Quran, when the Quran use the words. There is some words, like adjective here, the adjective عالية, giving more spacious to the word in itself. Because if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said في جنة, just Jannah, that's enough. So we say, Allahumma inna nas'aluka al-Jannah. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala like to say to you, it's Jannah, but it is high. It is lofty. And I can see in this all the time that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is asking us as believers and directing us all the time to look to the high levels. This is why the Prophet ﷺ, he said, إذا سألت فاسأل الله الفردوس الأعلى فإنه أعلى مراتب الجنة. So when you ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala this place called the Firdaus al-A'la, under al-Arsh. Because this is the highest level of Jannah. So make your ambition for the Jannah high. Because when you make your ambition high, then your work will be what?
Harder.
High and harder. But when you say Jannah, only Jannah, even if I am in the corner of it, I am happy. So I say, okay, Fard is enough. If I pray the Fard, I'll just pick a corner there, I'm happy with this. No. Islam likes you all the time to try your best. And you'll see in the ayah, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in Surah An-Nisa spoke about الَّذِينَ أَنْعَمَ اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِمْ, what he said? وَمَنْ يُطِعِ اللَّهَ وَرَسُولَهُ subhanallah أولئك الذين أنعم الله عليهم من النبيين والصديقين والشهداء والصالحين وحسن أولئك رفيقا. That the one who obey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, they will be where? With whom? في الجنة مع النبيين والصديقين والشهداء والصالحين. So this is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala directing you for. So make your ambition, what you are looking forward, is to be with whom? With Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, with Musa alayhi salatu wasalam. And I was delighted the other day when I was talking, and the brother, a child I think, he said, Ustadh, when we in Jannah we'll see Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I said yes, and the child was so happy. Yes, this is what we should be. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us this. He said, if you follow Allah, obey Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, you will be with the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, with Musa alayhi wasallam, with Nuh, with Adam, with Isa, with Yusuf, Yaqub, Ibrahim, all these great prophets, you'll be with them. Not only them, Siddiqeen, Abu Bakr as-Siddiq. You'll be with Abu Bakr as-Siddiq, with Umar, with the Hawariyin of Isa, with those who believed in Nuh alayhi salam, who were with him in the ark. You will be with those who believed in Salih, believed in Hud, believed in Shu'aib, and Lut. So you'll be with these Siddiqeen, those who believed in these. والشهداء, the martyrs of Uhud, the martyrs who fought with Musa alayhi salam, who fought with Yusha bin Nun, with Dawood, with Sulaiman, with all these martyrs. والصالحين, Salihin, the righteous people. So look at the company you will be with. Nabiyyin, Siddiqeen, Shuhada, Salihin. And this is something, it is a must for us all the time to remind our children, our families, brothers, sisters, to make their ambitions high, their targets high. في جنة عالية. In this Jannah you will be with the prophets, with the Siddiqeen, with the martyrs, Shuhada, with the pious people. You will not be with these kafirs. And when you see these celebrities, these ruthless people, subhanallah, most of the time when I look at them I see Hatabu Jahannam. These people, Hatabu Jahannam. They will be the fuel of Jahannam. Because you'll find people, if you see how they welcome these celebrities, wow, the people, they are going mad. Yes, all of them, these who are calling the people for all the bad things, and the followers, حطب جهنم, the fuel of Jahannam. Think about them in this way and deliver this message to your family. Don't be impressed by these people. No, these people حطب جهنم. But what we are looking for Jannatin Aliyah. We'll meet whom there? النبي عليه الصلاة والسلام, we'll meet Musa, we'll meet Isa, we'll meet Abu Bakr, Umar, Uthman, Ali, Khalid ibn Walid, Sa'd ibn Abi Waqqas, Sa'd ibn Mu'adh. We'll meet Aisha radiallahu anha, Khadija radiallahu anha, Fatima radiallahu anha. This is what we are going to meet bi'idhnillah. These people who are, we must look to meet them in Jannah bi'idhnillah Rabbil Alameen. But those who go to hell, yes, they will meet all these singers there. All these celebrities, all these, most of the football players who you'll find them drunk and you'll find them committing all types of even crimes sometimes, which is you'll find the people fond of, but this حطب جهنم في جنة عالية. So all the time put this word in your head. I am looking for Jannah Aliyah. So to be in Jannah Aliyah, I must make my ambitions, my objectives, the things that I am looking must be high. Because everything good is high. And everything bad is low. Remember in Surah At-Tin, we say this, all the time we read it. لقد خلقنا الإنسان في أحسن تقويم ثم أسفل سافل, the lowest of the low. Now, all of the media, if they are kafir or believers, when they talk about drugs, high or low? They cast them all the time. Those people who drink in the streets and making trouble, high or low? Low. أسفل سافلين. Now here, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala directing us. This is the beauty of mentioning here Aliyah. To make you as a Muslim all the time think, I'd like to be high. High in my morals, high in the way I speak, high in the way I act, high in the way I act. All the time I'm looking for the high. Because I'd like to be in Jannatin Aliyah. لا تسمع فيها لاغية. Where they shall neither hear harmful speech nor falsehood. اللغو, the word لغو means false talk. So, when you speak, anytime. So, this speak might be mubah, or haram, or halal. All the time when we speak. So, it will be one of three types. Mubah, halal, haram. So if I'm talking about science and nothing contrary to the deen, this is what? Mubah. If I am a businessman and I'm talking about how to improve my business with a halal way, this is mubah now. When I start to talk about making dua and reading Quran and all these things, this is what? Halal. When I start to talk about music and musicians and singers, this is haram. Now if it is halal or mubah, there is no problem. Where is the problem? Haram. When it is haram. Now the haram talking, now we can categorize it now, which is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, لا تسمع فيها لاغية. And you see, when we understand it now, the link between this and the Jannah. Now, one of the common laghu in this dunya is al-ghiba, backbiting. And it's hardly to find one person is free from backbiting. It's hard. Because the people in general, you'll talk about each other. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when He spoke about al-ghiba in the Quran, He said in Surah Al-Hujurat, وَلَا تَجَسَّسُوا وَلَا يَغْتَبْ بَعْضُكُمْ بَعْضًا أَيُحِبُّ أَحَدُكُمْ أَن يَأْكُلَ لَحْمَ أَخِيهِ مَيْتًا فَكَرِهْتُمُوهُ. So He said, don't backbite. Do you like to eat the flesh of your brother while he's dead? فَكَرِهْتُمُوهُ. You don't like it. No one, just the image in itself. يعني the Quran drawing the image. A person died and he is your brother. Remember, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, لحم أخي, your brother. You've been praying with him. You went together, maybe you went Hajj with him. You prayed Taraweeh. You made i'tikaf with him. Ahi, your brother. And that brother died. And what do? You go to his body and start eating from his flesh. This is what you are doing when you start backbiting him. Because you are eating his honor. This is what you do. And this image, and every person find this disgusting. How can I do this? But we do it, unfortunately. And here this ayah in Surah Al-Ghashiya reminding us, this is one of the common ways of learning. That the people, you come to a meeting, they are talking about Ahmed. Maybe it's not your business. You have nothing. Ahmed, oh, don't tell me about that. He is so. And you'll find in many cases, all of this lies. This is what they asked the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam asked him, أتدرون ما الغيبة؟ قال الله ورسوله قال ذكرك أخاك بما يكره. Do you know what's ghiba? They said Allah and His Prophet, they know better. He said, when you mention your brother with something he dislikes, because there are some things he might like. So if somebody say, MashaAllah, we'll use the same name, because it's my name, Ahmed. Use the same name. What is it? MashaAllah, he's a good brother. This is, you like the people to say, MashaAllah, he's good. ذكرك أخاك ما يكره. So, put yourself all the time on his shoes. If the same statement said against you or about you, do you agree? If yes, fine. If you don't like anyone to talk about you in the same manner, then this is what? Ghiba. This is what? Ghiba. Now the Sahaba radiyallahu alayhim, they said, أَفْرَأَيْتَ إِنْ كَانَ فِي. Sometimes we are talking, but what we are saying is true. He is a liar. He took the people's money. He committed this haram. He said he did that. And Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam now directed the Sahaba. قال إن كان فيه فقد اغتبته. If what you are saying is true, this is ghiba. But if what you are saying is a lie, فقد بهته. Now comes accusation now. Now it is something called بهتان. قالوا سبحانك هذا بهتان عظيم. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in Surah Al-Nur, He said, لولا إذا سمعتموه ظن المؤمنون والمؤمنات بأنفسهم خيرا قالوا سبحانك هذا بهتان عظيم. Oh Allah, we glorify you. This is buhtan. This is accusation. We cannot accept it. We cannot involve in it. Just imagine, brothers and sisters, that if all of us start practicing this, when there is talking about a person, say stop, this is ghiba, haram. No, this is ghiba. Stop it. And if it is a lie, you are saying a lie. You should stop that. Now, the question comes, yeah, you are talking about this, but there is people, there is no other way to do. So we have to talk about them. We have to expose them. No, this is not the way. This is not the Islamic way. The Islamic way, Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he said it. And the Quran said it. The Quran, he gave 4 definitions to the believers in a very short surah. He said, وَالْعَصْرِ إِنَّ الْإِنسَانَ لَفِي خُسْرٍ إِلَّا الَّذِينَ وَآمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالْحَقِّ وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالصَّبْرِ. So this is what the believer do. First, آمَنوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ. Then after that, what they do? تَوَاصَوْا بِالْحَقِّ. When I see you doing something wrong, I don't come to the brothers, you know what he's doing? He's doing so and so and so. No, I come to you. Brother, I love you for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What you are doing is wrong, haram. You must stop it. I give him the dalil, the proof. In this way, I'm helping him. But when I come and start talking about him, what I'm doing, I'm damaging him. I'm damaging his reputation, his personality. Even this will take him away from the masjid, from the whole community. So Nabi, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, قال الدين النصيحة. The deen is the nasiha, advice. قلنا لمن؟ قال الله ولرسوله ولأمة المسلمين ولعامته. So you must advise for the sake of Allah, to the Sunnah Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, أئمة المسلمين, to the leaders of Muslims, and عامتهم, to the general public. So this is only, I just here mention one of them thing, which is love. Part of the love, which is the people they indulge in most of the time. Another type is when the people they are talking about halal or haram, you start join the club. So they are talking about sports, okay, sport, music, politics, deen. So when they are talking, you talk. Without recognizing, is this halal or haram? Is this right or wrong? This is now al-lahm. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when He's described the mu'mineen, what He said, قَدْ أَفْلَحَ الْمُؤْمِنُونَ الَّذِينَ هُمْ فِي صَلَاتِهِمْ خَاشِعُونَ وَالَّذِينَ هُمْ عَنِ اللَّغْوِ مُعْرِضُونَ. After salah, what comes? They are staying away from al-lahm, the false talk. Now here, لا تسمع فيها لاغية. Now this is a reward for what they used to do in Jannah, in the dunya, and the reward in Jannah also. Because in Jannah, you'd like to be relaxed 100%. You don't want anything to disturb you. Because if there is false talk in Jannah, do you think you'll be happy there? No. If the people in Jannah start talking about the bad things in